One of the things that's poisonous about our politics is the use of the criminal law process as a political weapon. And both sides, to some extent, are guilty of this, and instead of just debating ideas, they want to label their adversary as a criminal, and they, pore over the U.S. code to try to find some kind of esoteric argument as to why what someone does is a crime, and then get into a criminal investigation. And then they start calling for scalps. So, nowadays I'm constantly hit. Why aren't people going to prison for what they did to the president? I'm on the other side, throw Bill Barr in prison. And these things take time. These things take time.
AG Barr says that there are some things that were done in the investigation that are not included in the Horowitz report. He's looking at Brennan. He's looking at other Obama officials. How far up the line do you think this went?
I think it went right to the top. And I think that what they did is they spied on my election. What they did is so illegal, like in history, there's never been anything like this. They tried to defeat me before I got elected, and then the insurance policy kicked in. You remember the famous insurance policy? If he wins, we'll go get him here. And that happened. There has never been a thing like this. If this were reversed and this was Obama, President Obama, where this happened to, people would be in jail right now for 50-year terms and 100-year terms. I will tell you, we have a great attorney general. He's highly respected. He's a highly ethical man. He's doing a fantastic job. Let's see how it all comes out.
These things take time.
Man, I hope every one of these bastards get what they deserve.
Prosecutors say next to be indicted will be Harper gave
What?
misleading statement.
Indicted?
Finances about 1 minute before the company.
Indicted?
That's not fair. They made you go on that show.
You hear what they said, Jane? I'm gonna be indicted.
But you only said what they told
Indicted,
you.
Jane! Indicted! I'm gonna be indicted!
No, wait, it's gonna be okay.
Indicted!
Honey, Dick.
Indicted!
Honey.
I'm gonna be indicted!
Hold it, they can't. It's gonna be okay. Just calm down.
I can't calm down, I'm gonna be indicted! Indicted!
Of DJ Mike here on the Patriot Hour. I'm just joking, but I did make that. That is my cut. I take full credit. Indicted. We can all dance to that.
Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive.
Brother.
Airborne, everybody. How we doing?
Let me get the ticker off you there. All right. We got Woodman in. Before we jumped into that, I did want to take a minute to say thank you all for being here. We got Woodman in. Got to show you guys a few things that showed up. Look at this. How awesome. All right. Got a shirt here. We're going to get into a few other quick things here. Hold on here. Then we'll bring Woodman in. We'll get started, but check this out. Very cool. Let me get Woodman in so I could hear him. I feel like I'm all all alone here.
I'm sorry.
There you go, brother. What do you think? Give me some feedback now.
Beautiful. The cue, man, the cue. You know, how fitting.
Yes. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then,
Ooh-wee, ooh-wee.
now I haven't done any mail out in a while, and I know this even past holiday season just kind of blew by. We were doing lots of things, so I'm going to do that like coming up this week. So everyone here has a chance, maybe, how can we run it? I don't know. I'll come up with something by the end of the show. Just give me a minute here, but check this out. All these stickers. I'm going to mail maybe like a challenge coin out along with a few of the stickers. I mean, there's so many, all right? Look, we got like Where We Go One, We Go All. A couple of them, right? The window ones that you put in. Got one of those. That's the size of my head.
Beautiful.
Check this out. MAGA cures snowflakes. All right. MAGA
No
cures
doubt.
snowflakes.
No doubt.
Make America great again. Warning. Epstein did not kill himself.
That's a great one.
Trump 2024.
Ooh-wee.
MAGA Patriot on board. Exposure may cause snowflakes to melt. Now that's straight up just triggering people.
Out there, man.
That's just a trigger.
Yeah.
That's just a trigger. You get pulled over, you put that on your bumper. Somebody wants to ask you some questions.
Beautiful.
All right.
I like that one.
All right. Get your
Beautiful.
yellow vest on. Your protest yellow vest protest.
You know
A
it.
couple of them, folks. I'm telling you. All right. Q. Going through them all.
Beautiful.
MAGA. Getting down there. Another Q. Now check this one out. These are cool. It's a whole sheet of little warning tabs. If you get up close enough. Warning. Epstein did not kill himself.
Beautiful.
Kind of leave those all around the city. And this one will be. I only got one of those.
Oh, wow.
Little keck. All right. Little Pepe.
Awesome. Peppy. Yeah, whatever.
All right. So we want to thank
Ooh.
616 Graphics, Scott at 616wraps.com, commercial, graphic design, vinyl decals, vinyl signs, wall wraps, window vinyl. All right, so just sent those in, and if anybody would, if you're in that business and you send something in for us to see, holy cow, thank you. We'll at least can give you the shout out there of who you are, where you're from, and there, again, you guys got the email to that guy. So if you possibly need something. Now we're going to be moving forward with getting things done as well. Drew Mizmer. Awesome. And then I have one last thing here. Got a letter. Michael and team, you are one of my faves. I love your intense passion for the movement, our vets, our country, and our president. Keep doing what you're doing. I will see you in Bristol. No, I will see you on BitChute if you get kicked off of YouTube. I'll never miss your videos. Thank you from all of the Patriots out here. Our voices will be heard. And that comes from Trish. She got in parentheses Moon Lady. So I don't know if she's down in the chats ever or Moon Lady. I can't 100% say if I've come across that. But all right, let's jump in here with Woodman. Yeah, I don't know all the Patriot or the commenters from time to time. I see we got Fluid Pour. I see Watchful Warrior. I don't know if we have any mods in the house. I see Danielle. I did also want to say happy birthday for any of the mods or anyone. If I can get the attention brought to me, definitely through the members. If you guys, maybe we'll get a special little email going on.
Simone.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Simone. Yeah, today.
That's what I was
Happy
putting
birthday.
out. It was yesterday, I believe. Maybe it is today, but I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. But happy birthday to Simone Ellis, one of the mods. Big happy birthday. I know she's got a presence on Twitter, so if you guys want to get over there, maybe follow along, shoot her a happy birthday, something. So again, we appreciate it. All the hard work of the mods.
You know it.
Great stuff, Woodman.
You know it, brother. You know it. Wow, man. Check it out. Next 2 or 3 weeks all together is going to be fantastic. I love it. I love it. Wow, what a quagmire, huh?
Yeah, no, I've been yesterday's opening thing. They didn't take a bunch of the day. They said it'd be done by 1. I think it got done by noon, if I'm correct.
Wait a minute, man. Wait, the short amount of time that they were there, they ruined 4 or 5 days of the Dems. You know, I mean, like, come on, man.
We had to listen to 20 hours of lies where we got 2 hours of truth on Saturday. I mean, that's all it took.
More or less. Yeah.
So
Anyway, yeah.
Now, just kind of reflecting on Virginia. What a great time. I know we all had a great time. I don't know what the next thing would be like that. I would be pleasured to go with Woodman again, Scott, Jaws, Fluid Pour. What a great time. I mean, I hope next time maybe even Ben, Nate, whoever can, we can meet, and then other YouTubers again. I mean, it'd have to be the cause. That was I wouldn't mind going to Virginia again. I know they do that every year. A lot of people don't know that they do that every year. I was down there for several years. I remember hearing about it. I was in the service. Probably wasn't around, and back then at that time frame, I didn't go. I was down there for 5 years, just an hour away. But it's been something that's gone on every year. But this year was huge. Why, Woodman? Because they're trying to make that not possible anymore, possibly.
Well, they've already begun to eliminate the guns in that state. Now, that one senator that Doug Ducote interviewed, she had comments because of where she's calling for Northam to resign because of this issue. I mean, it's against the Second Amendment. I mean, I don't care how you cut the cake. The forefathers, pretty much warned us about this kind of stuff going on. You take all the weapons, and then all of a sudden we have no way of protecting ourselves, and the only people that's going to have any weapons are the police and then the criminals. And the average response time for a policeman is 9 minutes. So that means that what's going to happen is if they take everybody's weapon, is the cops will show up, and then all they'll be able to do is say, well, this guy over here, he got shot with some kind of a handgun or not a real large caliber. Now, this guy here, he had his face blown up with a shotgun. In other words, they could do nothing but after the fact.
Of course.
I'm not going to put up with it. I don't, even if it does become against the law, I mean, I'm going to protect myself. I'm sorry, man.
Well, yeah, you don't even have to imagine that it's always going to be. So yeah, you look at the Constitution like we always do. I mean, it's.
Well, we have to.
These books, folks. Again, I'm not endorsing. They're not a sponsor. I'm, whatever. I'm just saying these are great. I think I got all 3 for 20. They're a gift, but they're $28. Somebody directly asked me, during the holidays or my birthday, what do you want? And I'm like, I'll take these. $26. I think 28 or 30 after taxes and shipping, but pocket size, all 3 really important art, founding documents is what we like to call them.
Yep.
But we just real quick, Woodman, we don't take, and I was just having this discussion earlier, we don't take, with my neighbor actually, ran over there to look at a computer for him. really quickly, help him out on something. But I was talking to his son, and his son always loves to talk. He's really educated. And, you know, it's inherently, you know, our Second Amendment, it's presumed that we had it before this. All right. This just puts it in paper. This puts it in black and white for people. It's almost like you're coming into some kind of deal and you're like, by the way, you know that I got my property or my gun and that's a part of the package. Oh yeah, no, we're just putting it on paper here, sir, so everyone knows. It's almost like this is, you know, the Constitution didn't give us anything. Not the Second Amendment, not our right to bear arms. All right, it was almost we already had that right at that point in time in history, 1776. They just wrote it down. All right, you already had that right, Woodman. We're just going to write it down for you so that everyone knows and can read something in black and white. Because other than your word, they're you know. So that's what it says here. All right, let's read it. A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms. Now, it doesn't say nothing about guns, but we know what bear arms means. All right, so that word is used because it can go throughout time as things maybe take shape or different form, a way to protect yourself. Right. So,
Right.
now at the time, you know that they were presuming that bear arms was referring to, you know, guns or the most powerful weapon at the time, the black powdered musket. That's all that was available. They didn't restrict man or militias. They just granted and kind of express it as universal as you could. So English, people of words, all right, masters of words, word ninjas, all right, not lawyers for one side or the other, but people that are scholars of the English language alone have looked over that short little paragraph, couple of lines, and have came to the conclusion, and it's well known that it is presumed that we already had that coming in, all right? That wasn't given to us, and I wouldn't accept it if it was. It was a God-given right, all right? We don't get our stuff from government.
You know that.
All right?
You know that. You know that. That's the main part right there. It's a God-given right. You know, Trump even says it all the time. It's our God-given right.
So,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But now it does tell you in there too, right? From I got the right one. I keep grabbing all these books. I'm kind of in the dark away from the light right here. If the right to bear and keep arms, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Not be infringed upon.
So, all right, we can move on a little bit, I guess. So the point is, Woodman, you're right. Don't. It just upsets me that, you know, people would want to. Why do you call the police? You know, or if your house is broken and you don't have that time sometimes, right? We can go through tons of tapes, tons of people's home security cameras that show. People come in to do ill intent. You're not going to have time to dial a phone. They're not going to let you dial a phone. I mean,
well, why not? I mean, come on now. Everybody knows the average criminal will give you those rights. You know, I mean, even if you have to like go get in the other room and get your ammunition, you know, to load your gun, you can always look at a criminal and say, "Wait a minute, I have to go down the hallway and get my rounds.
Time out.
My gun.
Time out."
Yeah. Yeah,
well,
you know,
remember that story we covered all over the, you know, what's right down the road from you? What do you call these? I got one too. We got one in Bristol, Dollar Generals. I think there was shooting at a Dollar General. Yeah. Remember that one? The guy came in brandishing his gun, pointing it at all the employees, and then an off-clock employee was there, pulled out his gun because he carried, and shot him dead. And then the family of that guy was like, he had no right. You know, they shouldn't have guns at work. It's like, well, also we all know that she was literally mad that her brother got killed because he was trying to rob the place, that people there had guns and shot him dead. I mean, the hypocrisy of that was just like, whoa. First off, they should shove cameras and
he had a gun.
I know he shouldn't have took one in there because that's not right either. But that employees shouldn't be taking stuff into his own hand. It's like, whoa.
Yeah,
It just
I
none
love
of it
man,
really
you know.
made sense. And of course, it was an emotional family member. You should never shove the mic here. What do you think? You know, it's like my brother's dead. That's all that matters to them. I get it, but don't look for too much logic out of that that conversation. But folks, the point of that is
Well, first of all, the news crew shouldn't have done that to those poor people. You know, I was going to say something like that in the beginning. You know,
yeah, no, I get it. It's,
yeah, they're all nuts.
All right, so what do we got lined up? What have you seen? Did they do impeachment? Was it today? They took a break, didn't they? It resumes tomorrow, or
Yeah, the break today. No, nothing today.
That's
It's
what I
kind of like
thought.
you know, I kind of started watching a little bit of stuff, and then I figured, well, you know what? It's Sunday. I'm gonna take a break. Well, then I ended up getting real busy. I didn't get home till about probably 5:30 or something. Well, Keith, you know, my buddy Keith, his father passed away today, so I spent time with him. Spent time with my brother Rick in town there. God, I went somewhere else too. I had to go get my pills. Went and seen somebody who'd been recently red pilled all the way. Kind of nice to share stuff with him because people like that are still in a major sponge attitude, you know. Got to take advantage of that when you can.
Oh yeah, no, I'm reading a few things here, apologizing. So we know we saw. Ooh,
I can't read all that stuff that fast.
no, I'm
These
just looking
chats
at
come
some
in too
headlines.
fast for me.
What
Oh,
the
headlines,
chats?
I got
The chats
Yeah.
up there. Gotcha.
Yeah, we got tons of them, man. You know, we have a
No,
lot of.
Kobe Bryant died.
Yeah, he did. Sorry.
Wow. MSNBC anchor says the N-word instead of Lakers while reporting Kobe Bryant's death.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not very good, man. If that's
Angry
true.
Americans heckle liar. So we got yeah, I thought it was crazy that the Democrats that are now impeaching Trump voted against the aid package itself for Ukraine. And these same people are like, we got to stand together with them. And it's like, what did you vote on, by the way, for what Trump gave them late? You voted you didn't even want to give it at all.
Quit making sense, Mike. Come on now.
Woodman, that's an epic classic. I mean, whoa, when does a stop?
I know, man.
How dare you not give them that? But, you know, how dare you don't give them that? But yet you you didn't even want to give it to them whatsoever at all a month earlier. But, you know, now impeachment is riding on it. It's pretty crazy, folks.
Yeah.
What happened here?
Not
3 rockets.
giving up.
We got rockets hitting the embassy. I don't know what's going on. I'm just seeing chats.
I didn't hear about that. In Iraq.
Yep.
Well,
2 hours ago, folks, 3 rockets hit U.S. Embassy. Definitely going to look at...
No kidding. Thank you very much for the info. Really.
I'm seeing it. Yep.
Thank you
Nope,
very
that's how it
much.
works. That's exactly how it works. And I
Thank
can
you very
almost
much.
verify it here, and it is 8 hours. Yeah, it was earlier. I thought I heard something, but man, I scanned across something on my phone, and I'm just thinking it was talking about So the U.S. Embassy compound in Baghdad was hit by multiple rockets on Sunday. 2 U.S. officials I believe have passed. So the U.S. Embassy compound in Baghdad. Let me pull this article up here. Go over a few different things. U.S. Embassy compound in Baghdad was hit by multiple rockets on Sunday, the 2 U.S. officials told ABC News. This is the first time the compound has been hit directly in years and comes just weeks after pro-Iranian militia members and their supporters assaulted the compound in Iraq. Rocket attacks on the Green Zone are very common. Last week, 3 rockets were fired into Baghdad's Green Zone, the heavily fortified area of the capital that houses the embassy and the government buildings and U.S. service members, Iraqi officials said Monday. There were no injuries. So both U.S. officials told ABC News that the dining hall was hit directly in Sunday's attack. One of the officials said that there was a total of 5 rockets fired and 3 hit the embassy compound. So 1 hit the dining hall. Their steaks got a little well done.
I guess so, yeah.
I'm glad that nobody's hurt. Hot dogs might be a little overcooked, or the steaks, but nobody was hurt, and that's all that matters.
That's important.
There were no immediate claims of responsibility, of course, and they are looking into it. We'll report more on that, unless you guys got something more on it. But so yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Thank you very much. Really, who commented that? I know you seen the
Just
chat.
an anonymous little chatter.
Anonymous.
Little chitter chatter.
Oh yeah, Wilbur. All right.
Hold on here. Mm-hmm. So what is going on? The people want war so badly. Yes, Jonah, Simone, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, sweetheart.
David Woodruff is in the house. We got Daniel Bird, Randy Robbins. So again, on these stickers, you guys, on these stickers, we're just going to go by... we're going to do an Epstein didn't kill himself. So you could put that throughout the comments. Not so much in the live comments here, right? After this video becomes a video, you're going to come back. You're going to go into the comment section and you're going to put Epstein didn't kill himself. And you can email us as well. I'll look at emails, I'll look at comments, and randomly Woodman myself will pick one. And that person will get a hold of you somehow. And if you respond, we'll work it out and we'll email you a challenge coin, some stickers, a couple. There'll be like a couple different ones.
There you go.
Probably most likely an Epstein didn't kill himself one.
Remember that truck driving around in Virginia, Mike?
Yeah.
Epstein did not kill himself, yeah.
Yeah, I got
big sign in the back.
In the video.
Big sign. Yeah. It was about a 6 foot by 6 foot sign anyway. At least, probably.
Somebody was paid to ride around all day in this like S10 that just had a
large sign.
That was awesome.
Epstein did not kill himself. I had a blast down there, Mike. To be around all those weapons and not to have one single incident where, even there was no Barney Feist down there, you know what I mean? Everybody was responsible. I felt very, very safe, I don't know how else to explain it. And thank everybody for all the support. We got to go out and do a lot of things the way we had to do it. Very important because we really didn't have any restrictions other than the weather. But what are you smiling about? And by the way, I'm still wearing this Trump hat. And I haven't been kicked out anywhere around here, so.
That's hilarious. Not hilarious. I felt really bad to know that our country, we go all the way down there. But no, hey, showed us. And we handled ourselves,
Crazy.
We didn't, we didn't start breaking stuff, folks. Let's put it that way. And we could have burned
uprising.
that effer down, but we didn't.
We
didn't. We're gonna cause a lot of damage. And
well, they lost
but
out on
who
some
does
money.
that?
That's all there is to it.
yeah, that's where we hit them in the pocketbook. But
crazy. Man. God, now if it would have been wearing a Bernie Sanders hat or a Hillary Clinton hat, they'd probably give you a free meal. You know. Yeah.
I was just going to say that earlier. So we have the Q drop that talks about a state funeral is the very last one at 7:30 on the 23rd of January. You know.
What was that, yesterday? Today's 24th, isn't it?
No, it's the 26th today, Woodman. I don't know what planet you're on, but I'm just joking. The weekend flew by. I don't really keep an eye on the dates either, other than when I do these shows. I'm always, yelling out the date because every day
I'm old.
of research is just every day of research. But no, check this out. So the last one, right? And I'm more showing Woodman this. Because I haven't gone over these last posts. At this point, folks, we all go, I did in a way, I think. Can't remember. But anyway, we'll go over them right now. State funeral definition. This came on the 23rd. A state funeral is a public funeral ceremony. A state funeral is a public funeral ceremony observing the strict rules of protocol held to honor people of national significance. And now we got Kobe that just passed in a helicopter crash. Wow. And that's going to be the narrative shift of the news, probably, right, Woodman? I mean, could we?
Well, we don't know. We still have we're dealing with it, the circus for another weekend with the hearing.
Well, I'm just saying he's big enough, the state, Kobe Bryant of the Lakers. People are asking, who's Kobe? And I get it because I don't watch basketball, folks, but I do know who Kobe Bryant is just by the sheer name. And it will be a big event. I mean, his kid was on board as well.
Yeah,
I think
13-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
13-year-old daughter. Anyway, they had the Pro Bowl today, which I watched with my brother, and the guys that were doing like touchdowns would run up to the goal line and act like you were dunking the basketball, taking the football over the goalpost, slamming it down. Anyway, one team went at the touchdown in the end zone. They all gathered and did that two-step and then acted like he shot the ball, all in honor of him. It was a very saddening day. Great day for a Pro Bowl. I mean, good weather and everything.
Yeah, no. And that's, people, I just saw a comment float by and somebody's like, a state funeral for a ball player? I don't think so. Well, look, I'm not saying every bit of it, but it says here, this is a generic thing. Listen, I mean, this is what Q linked 3 days ago. State funeral. A state funeral is a public funeral. All right, public. As a movie star, Elvis Presley, didn't these create huge amounts of people? A state funeral is a public funeral ceremony observing the strict rules of protocol of a funeral, all right? Held to honor people of national significance. I'm not going to say, I don't know. Is Kobe big enough to be of national significance? Does a state funeral usually include much pomp and ceremony as a religious overtones? A state funeral often generate mass public publicity from both national and global. I mean, right there, I think this story is already buzzed around the world.
I would say, yeah.
I'm not saying that. I think Kobe passing, more people would be in hurt by that than Carter. Even though Carter's a past president, now Carter's going to get the more what we consider a state funeral. I get it. So everyone was guessing with that post. I think
Wait, Mr.
it's
Mr.
gonna be
Peanut.
Carter. People start saying Carter, and it could be he's looking pretty bad. The dude's building homes or something, and he's looking like at the last picture I saw, he was all bruised across his whole head, like he fell or something.
He's a peanut.
So I'm not. I'm just telling you, folks. I'm not putting that connection together. I kind of am, but I'm just saying, hey, it's interesting. It's an interesting little tidbit there.
Ain't done. It's a popcorn day. Look, we're going to have a lot of stuff coming out here next couple of weeks, everybody. I ain't kidding you. Man, Giuliani is on a rampage, buddy. I mean, man. Oh, good
We got a new
Lord.
member today, Karen Whitford. I'd just like to say, Karen Whitford, thank you. New member. Again, the members.
Thank you.
Like right by the subscribe. All right, it's a new little thing YouTube. I finally, I guess, allowed, but we'll see.
Fantastic. All right. Great.
Any questions? We'll take a couple of questions tonight. We're at about the 40-minute mark. I was still looking at a few buzzwords or some articles, but that was interesting, I thought, a little bit. Other than the Democrats voting against the package. How hypocritical. Really.
Well, look, like we were talking about,
Real quick, what number was Kobe for the Lakers?
Ooh, I
Was
don't
it
know.
like 17 or something, was it? Or
I don't know. I wouldn't want to say.
it wasn't 23. That was Jordan. I think he was, 24. Anyway, go on, Woodman. What were you saying, buddy?
I forgot now.
Oh, man.
You got me on a track. I had.
Sorry, man.
That's
bad.
right. Well, I'm kind of old. When you start talking, I get jumped on that track.
Yeah.
That's a bad habit. I try to stay focused on what's going on at the same time. Forget what I had to say. And then I had the opportunity. Well, I blew that one.
I wanted to say for everybody,
Yeah.
on the carnivorous virus,
Ooh, yeah.
coronavirus, I did as much research, a little bit into it the other morning. I was actually talking to Fluid Pour by texting, and I had said the same guy that pushed the 2003 SARS dud, the SARS dud that went nowhere, the one that was being propagated to be spreading rapidly and it was going to take out the world. If you remember, SARS, SARS, the SARS
Right.
2003, is the same exact guy behind this one, pushing it, that it's doing
Really?
all these things and da-da-da. Not that that means anything like, oh, okay, so the last one was nothing and we should, I'm just saying it's the same guy. So keep that in mind.
Wow.
He had brain surgery for a clot, Jimmy Carter. Okay. I bet.
Well, Jimmy Carter's a peanut grower anyway.
I'm saying this virus scare, the new virus scare, somebody asked again, I'm going to say it one more time. The virus scare, the same guy that was behind the 2003 SARS push, the SARS dud is like what I call it, the SARS dud. But it was a great hype around the 2003 SARS. It was rampantly infectious. It was transferring, and moving along quickly, spreading. Turned out to be nothing. That same guy is behind this one, the new one that you're hearing about over in China or whatnot, the carnivorous or whatever it is, carnivorous.
So is he fabricating this?
I haven't got that. I'm not going to find that anywhere.
Call it a virus.
Yeah. Carnivorous.
Oh.
Coronavirus. Coronavirus. Coronia. Ooh, look at Woodman. He's all frozen up. Hey, Woodman, dude. What's going on, brother? Let me see if I can unfreeze you. Nope, that's his signal. This is what happens when your son is a video game artiste. And He hogs all the internet from Woodman, and it makes Woodman freeze up sometimes. But it's all right. I can finish this episode up unless I see him unfreeze. Otherwise, we can have fun with it. Like, hey, Woodman, what's going on, man? Not much. I'm joking. I'm going to keep him off there. But, all right. So, you guys, Kobe is possibly, gone. There was a helicopter malfunction. Helicopter fell out of the sky and hit the earth, I guess. I don't know. Not a scare. People are dropping in the street in China. Could be. I'm just saying. The same guy is behind this one. Talking point being the guy that was pushing this one was pushing the SARS. So Spikelet came from a city in China that has a biological program. Okay. There we go. Moab impeachment tomorrow. Mother of all bombs. We'll see. We need some D-class in Trump's life. D-class is going to be... I mean, imagine letting go of paperwork that you had nothing to do with because you weren't even in office yet. What's it matter to you? What does it matter to you? Now, are people still going to believe it? That's the whole funny thing. I mean, we can lead a horse to water. Can't make it drink it. All right, I just went ahead and shut Woodman down. It didn't look like he was coming back in. Any last questions here? And I'm going to play that game. A couple of questions. Let me get that back up. Thanks for what you're saying about the virus. Yeah, like I said, I don't know enough to sit here and convince any of you about the virus or tell you that people aren't dying in China. All my research so far has taken me to, and I found it very interesting that the same guy behind the SARS is behind this one, at least for talking. Doesn't mean that it's not real. So it could be a bio attack or something. I mean, if evidence leads or, you know. Okay, hold on here. "30 dead Marines." I'm not seeing anything on it. So, David Woodruff, trying to look for the comment on 30 dead. 30 dead Marines, Mike and chopper crash. When? Like just now or? No survivors and Fury kill Kobe. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not seeing that one. Epstein didn't kill himself. All right, yeah. So on that one, again, leave a comment. You're going to come back to this video after it becomes a video. And you're going to have to leave a comment, not during the live chat, but you can still do whatever you want during the live chat. But looking for comments of Epstein didn't kill himself and maybe some emails if you want to email either way. Myself, Woodman, will pick somebody, get in touch with you. Probably send one out to David Woodruff, Simone. I know I want to get some packages out to you guys, some challenge coins. I've been promising some of you for over a year. Some of you got one a couple of Christmases ago. I mean nothing by any of that, folks. We want to do lots of fun things or good time things. But man, we want to get through. And the main mission here is truth, the news to you guys, getting through it, chewing it up, spitting it out, chewing the meat, spitting out the bone. So much stuff is happening and so much is coming. We know that. It's built up and so epic. Timing is everything, let's say that. Again, you are one of my faves. I love your intense passion for the movement, our vets, our country, and our president. Thank you, Moon Lady. Thank you, Joe. Murica, yeah, let's do some shout outs. All right, guys, I'll try to name them. I'm going to scream them all off as you guys tell me where you're from. Epstein didn't kill himself. I'll wait for him to start up. Do some shout outs. Massachusetts, 57 Bakersfield, Shane Lewis, John Hook. His name was Seth Rich. Phoenix, Ohio, coronavirus. Eric Gibson. Kentucky here. I don't think Kobe killed himself. Phoenix, Florida, West Tennessee, Ohio, Georgia, North Carolina, Denver, Missouri, Colorado Springs, Texas, Spokane, Washington, Indiana, Sunrise, Arizona, Tennessee here, South Carolina. Oh, there it goes, taking off. Louisiana, Nebraska, Sandusky, Montana, Semper Columbus, Ohio, Michigan, Florida, New York, Georgia, Lynchburg, Virginia, North California, North Carolina, Mississippi, Texas, Ohio, California, Kentucky, Richmond, Virginia, Atlanta, Michigan, California, Texas, Newcastle, Australia. Damien, what's up? From down under. Good job, Mike. Thanks. Delaware, Minnesota, Philly, lots of Peoria, Illinois. Temple, Texas, Bidwell, Ohio, Wisconsin. Dan, Wisconsin, where I used to live up in Kenosha, right by Racine. I was working out of Great Lakes. Drove the 45 minutes down Green Bay Road, Green Bay, US 31, Green Bay Road. To the base every day for 3 years. Cincinnati, Ohio, remember, God loves you all. Yes. Alamo, Texas, Virginia, what's up? Was just there. Michigan, Illinois, Rhode Island, thank you. Chicago, Greensburg, Indiana, Bacon Creek, Kentucky, Jake Roberts, what's up? What's going on? Shane Lewis, Semper brother. Kobe Bryant was one of the elites. Indiana, good job, Mike. Overland, Missouri, Victoriaville, California. Illinois is repping here tonight. Some dude. What's up, some dude? The sum of all dudes. St. Louis, Missouri, Fort Hood, North Carolina. It's a big state there, North Carolina. Or a lot of people checking in. Or it's the same person. Nancy Roberts. Silverwolf. Fluid Pour Arts. Nope, Fluid Pour Patriot, by the way. Don't be confused. Fluid Pour Patriot. I like that. Fluid Pour Patriot. Patriot Pour. Fluid Patriot Pour. You did it right. Okay, Emerald Greg Ladderbetter, Full Armor of God, thank you. Palm Springs, Missouri, you guys want the truth? Yeah, I can't handle the truth. Yeah, you can. He was okay. Charlotte, North Carolina, Charlotte, North, 2 of them. So Jeff Frawler and Steve Kramer, boom to boom, both of you are in Charlotte. Unbelievable. Keegan Simmons, thank you. Mike, thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here tonight, for being here when you can, for being subscribers, members, Patriots in general. Again, here at the Patriot Hour, we always encourage you to think for yourself. Connect all your own dots. Watch everyone you can in the movement. Read everything you can, but believe none of it until you can verify it in your own way, in your own right. And only you can do that, folks. Only you know what works for you. Nobody else can tell you. So remember that when you're talking to people, red pilling them, that something works for them. It might not be the way you're doing it, but something will eventually work for them. Now, we do have estimates of 6% of the entire population is permanently probably brainwashed, all right? Too much psychological. They ate a little bit more than you, all right? We all take our doses differently, but some people, their cognitive dissonance, it will shatter their world. It'll literally break people, all right? And that's always been the issue here. I know as you come along, as you've woken up, sometimes the mission or the agenda can feel twisted, or all of a sudden it becomes like people in the comment, like, where's the arrest? I'm waiting on the arrest. I get it. I understand all these people are bad. Somebody made the comment, when I do something bad, we get arrested down here. Why are we having to wait on these people up there? Well, I watched a really interesting thing last night, laying down, getting ready for bed. It was some old Giuliani takedown mob stuff. All right. It was like season 2 of this thing on the American history. It comes off that channel. I tapped into it, got into season 2 episode, or season 1, episode 2, or episode 3, but it was over Giuliani. It was a good history bit. Really young Giuliani. And they just really went into the inner workings of how they took down the mob. It was great. A lot of people got hurt and killed in that process because the mob was fighting back, but they do it very similar, folks. These movies show that, they take down like 8 or 9 mob bosses and people. They do it all on a Sunday when they're all in church. Surprise them. The difference, by the way, of somebody down low, all laws are put into place to definitely keep the system going, to keep the police working, to keep people in the jails. So, of course, if you get caught stealing at 7-Eleven or at the Walmart, they're going to press charges. You're going to probably sit in jail, have fines and all kinds of great things. The difference is you're not at the top of it orchestrating a lot of it, all right? Those people don't go down. It's much, much harder. And then just to get a couple sloppy arrests and not get the full picture would be dumb, because it would still exist. So it's harder. It's easy to get a quick arrest. It's harder, much harder, to destroy the institutions that allow it. And that's what they're going for here. Taking down the institution, the many different institutions that have been screwed over, taken over by treasonous, scumbag, evil people with different agendas than Americans in general. All right, I'm going to shut this one down. Sucks that we lost Woodman, but check us out tomorrow morning. We're back to our weekday, Monday morning, Tuesday morning live call-ins. And look for our call-in Wednesday this week. Viewer's choice. Remember that. All hour long. We'll do it Saturday, Wednesday morning and Wednesday evening. Other than that, shows all week long in the mornings, anywhere between 8, 9, whenever we decide to kick it off, but somewhere right around there. That's how easy the agenda is, folks. We don't have one, right? It's about getting the word out, the truth, as we see it. Never take what we say. But I love you all. Thank you for being here on Sunday night. I'm Michael. This was a Patriot Hour. Love all the Patriots. Some of the best people in my entire life I've met right here. So definitely go down as one of the greatest pleasures of my life. It already has. Thousands of letters roll in to the P.O Box. Hundreds of emails, thousands of emails a day from from people like you. You guys genuinely care. Patriots. Great people. I love you. Thank you. And we'll see you back here on the next Patriot Hour update video tomorrow. Have a great evening. Each and every one of you. Remember, Epstein didn't kill himself.
One of the things that's poisonous about our politics is the use of the criminal law process as a political weapon. And both sides, to some extent, are guilty of this. And instead of just debating ideas, they want to label their adversary as a criminal, and they, pore over the U.S. code to try to find some kind of esoteric argument as to why what someone does is a crime, and then get into a criminal investigation. And then they start calling for scalps. So, nowadays I'm constantly hit. Why aren't people going to prison for what they did to the president? On the other side, throw Bill Barr in prison. And these things take time. These things take time.
AG Barr says that there are some things that were done in the investigation that are not included in the Horowitz report. He's looking at Brennan. He's looking at other Obama officials. How far up the line do you think this went?
I think it went right to the top. And I think that what they did is they spied on my election. What they did is so illegal, like in history, there's never been anything like this. They tried to defeat me before I got elected, and then the insurance policy kicked in. You remember the famous insurance policy? If he wins, we'll go get him here. And that happened. There has never been a thing like this. If this were reversed and this was Obama, President Obama, where this happened to, people would be in jail right now for 50-year terms and 100-year terms. I will tell you, we have a great attorney general. He's highly respected. He's a highly ethical man. He's doing a fantastic job. Let's see how it all comes out.
These things take time.
Man, I hope every one of these bastards get what they deserve.
Prosecutors say next to be indicted will be Harper gave
What?
public misleading statements
Indicted?
about Dine's finances about 1 minute before the company.
Indicted?
That's not fair. They made you go on that show.
You hear what they said, Jane? I'm gonna be indicted.
But you only said what they told
Indicted,
you.
Jane! Indicted! I'm gonna be indicted!
No, wait, it's gonna be okay.
Indicted!
Honey, Dick,
Indicted!
honey.
I'm gonna be indicted!
Hold it, they can't. It's gonna be okay. Just calm down.
I can't calm down, I'm gonna be indicted! Indicted!
Calm down.
I can't calm down, I'm gonna be indicted!
There is anger, and then there is righteous anger. Peter Finch yelling out the window, "I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore." From Iran, Iraq, and Lebanon, where parts of a whole are coming undone, to Hong Kong, to Puerto Rico, to France and Venezuela, people are mad as hell. Considered Lebanon, independent in 1943, but occupied by Syria from 1975 through 2005, and brought into Iran's orbit through the creation of Hezbollah in the early 1980s. The same constellation of politicians have held power since the end of the Civil War in the 1990s. Americans appear to worry most about the security implications of Hezbollah, a U.S. designated terror organization with its own army and drug, weapons, and money racketeering in South America, pulling strings in Beirut, and worry. They worry too about the U.S. armed and trained Lebanese Armed Forces, the LAF, working.
The world is going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change.
In time, hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15 or AK-47.
Assaulted by violent
Under attack for anti-Semitic tweets.
By 2030, no more cars. By 2035, no more production of electricity.
One of the constants in 2020 is that we're deluged by videos, actual news videos, worrisome deepfake videos, political ads, product ads, and artistic videos in general. All of them, in one way or another, shape how we view our world and often how we view ourselves. Because videos have such a profound effect on the way in which we perceive things, it's noteworthy that 2 videos dropped today, both of which are getting positive buzz and both which make statements about what America is or what it could be. On the serious side, the GOP released a video entitled, "For Democrats, It's All About Power." This video is a compilation of all those moments when Democrats said something that made conservatives think, oh my. The commercials practically write themselves. The ad intercuts power-hungry Democratic statements with Trump's warning to voters about the freedoms that American left wants to take away from the American people. Let's take a look at this one right here, and then we'll come back and I got another one for you.
Portland is bracing for more Antifa protests.
At least 2 journalists in Virginia were assaulted by violent counter-protesters over the weekend.
The world is going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change.
In time, hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47.
Congresswoman Ilhan Omar under attack for anti-Semitic tweets.
By 2030, no more cars. By 2035, no more production of electricity.
The Green New Deal go too far?
No. You cannot go too far on the issue of climate change.
Coal burning plants. No one's going to build another coal burning. We've got to shut the ones down we have.
Sometimes American journalists talk about how bad a country is because people are lining up for food. That's a good thing.
They would strip Americans of their constitutional rights.
There will be people that don't turn their guns back in. What's the next step?
A visit by law enforcement to gun owners out there who say, well, a Biden administration means they're going to come for my guns.
Bingo.
Use the power of the law to punish their opponents.
What you want to do is destroy this guy's life, hold this seat open and hope you win in 2020.
They would shut down your free speech.
I would love to be able to regulate the content of speech. The First Amendment prevents me from doing so.
Religious institutions, should they lose their tax-exempt status if they oppose same-sex marriage?
Yes.
Well, earlier this month, Governor Andrew Cuomo signed a bill. The law legalizes abortion right to the moment of birth.
The governor of Virginia, he stated he would execute a baby after birth.
A plan that takes away 165 million people's private health care plans. The government is now in charge of your child's health care plans.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
I'm concerned that if we don't impeach this president, he will get reelected.
Because we're going to go in there, we're going to impeach the mother. Get rid of the Electoral College.
They will pay more in taxes.
Our radical Democrat opponents are driven by hatred, prejudice, and rage. They want to destroy you. They only care about their own political power.
Boy, y'all want power. God, I hope you never get it.